Hi everyone, this is Lisa Graham with Creative Life Scrapbooking, and I want to thank you for joining me on this Border Maker Monday. It's April 15th, 2024, and I would like to show you this techniques that I used to add some interest to my page, a little bit of a bottom border here, and also to create some motion. I added some doodling using our Creative Memories pens. And I would like to highlight that in this video. But if you give me just a second, I'm going to give you just a little overview of the layout that I created for today's Border Maker Monday. This features the Birds and Blossoms collection, which I love. I hope you can see how beautiful these colors are. They're just so much fun to work with, and I don't know about you, but I definitely have spring fever. I certainly hope spring has sprung. We have a beautiful day today as I'm recording this, and I hope spring's here to stay. But if not, I can at least anticipate it. I'm going to use this for some photos of the spring flowers that are yet to pop up in our yard. We moved in the fall, so I can't wait to see what comes up. Okay, this just, I mixed it up a little bit differently for the Border Maker Monday. Usually I use a Border Maker cartridge or border punch. This time I created a border here with just paper and elements, a couple details with punches, but you could certainly freehand those. And then, like I said before, I added this little cute, fun, springtime-inspired border with our dot pens. And then this here also is a very fun and easy technique that you can learn more about on our website. You can download the printable handout that I've created for this, and it has step-by-step techniques, walks you through creating the layout, and has lots of pictures and other forms of support. So I hope you'll do that. If you head over to creativelifescrapbooking.com, you will find that in our shop. So, okay, that's the overview. I'm going to switch my camera so I can zoom in a little bit and show you how I doodled on my page. Okay, well, like I said, I used an assortment of dot tip pens and our dual tip pens to create the layout. Now I used the fine tip of the the dual tip pen to create this fun little path that the butterflies are taking, and it goes across both pages, and they're kind of united together by that dotted line. Now I put little loops in here. You could put a little heart in there, whatever you want, little spirals. I just thought it gave it a nice whimsical touch. You could also use your pen to add little, oh, let's call them parentheses by the wings to make it look like they're fluttering. But there's a lot going on here, so I kept it to that. And then I also used the dot tip pen, the dual tip pen, the fine tip of that, to put a fun little border on the inside of this patterned paper. Usually I would do it on the outside, but this is a very busy pattern with all those beautiful flowers. So I did it on the inside here with the cardstock and on these features here too. So I did that on both pages and then added a little bit of detail here on the tangerine cardstock. Okay, but let's get to the wildflowers. This is what's really fun, and I didn't try to make them, exactly literal. This kind of looks like a poppy or a tulip. I didn't want it to make it exact. If I wanted to do that, I have lots of stickers. I just wanted to have fun and play with the dot tip pens, and I want to encourage you to do that too, because there's a lot of things you can do with this. So, okay, let's put these aside here, and I'll start here with, I'm going to say the purple flowers. They look to me like those little grape hyacinths, but you could probably make them into lavender or, the bigger hyacinths, stuff like that. Excuse me. Now I'm using my kiwi, the fine tip, to draw in just some light stems. Okay, and I'm just going to do one little cluster here of 3. Actually, I can do it right up here and see this. Let's see, I'm going to do 1 there, 1 in the middle, and then another one. We'll just keep them kind of light, and then I'll fill that in later. But the star of the show are these cute little dots. Now, if you haven't ever used our dot pens before, they have 2 tips. Now, this is bigger than the fine tip. I think it's a little wider. I wonder if it is technically. Let me look for real quick. Let's see. No, it's about the same. But the star is the dot tip. And if you hold it down there, the longer you hold it, the bigger your dots are going to be. So see how I just did that real quick? You can get very different looks with your pen. So that's what I did. I just started making very small dots up and down the stems, and then I kind of filled it out on the sides. So I just went like that, boop, and then added some. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room here because I'm going to come back in with that light lavender and add some interest. I don't really know that they're highlights, but just add some other color in there. So that's it. If you wanted to go further down, you could. I'm going to say less is more here. And there, I'm going to put a tinier one up there on top and just add a little color. I am trying not to cover them just because it just makes, it mushes the dots together. And especially when they're this tiny, you really can't see that detail. But that's it. It's really that easy. And then what I did after I did my border, add a little grass like that. And then I just made these stems not so uniform. I just wanted it to look kind of wild. Okay, see that? That's the first one. And then you can see I did that the same thing. I just filled in the yellow and the orange here. Same thing. I did the same basic technique, only these guys I didn't give any leaves to. And then these here, I started first with the flower, and I know it looks a little red, but I think I used island coral for that. And what I tried to do with here, and you can't see it in here because I added detail, but maybe you'll have better results. I tend to have a heavy hand. What I did with this is you start and you make a dot, and then you just flick it down, and it kind of leaves a little variegated shape. So like a teardrop almost. See how that is right there? Can you see? I hope you can. So I'm going to do it just down and just flick. And as you do it and flick, you come up. And you can practice on there. I like to make these closer together, but you could make it like that. You could do it all around. But I just thought that was really neat. It saturates, it seems like, and then boop. See how it's lighter? I hope you can see that. So that was what I did for the basis of that. I did the flowers, and then I came back when I was happy with them and just drew the little, what is that called, a sepal down here? I just outlined here, and then I kind of made imaginary lines around that middle petal. That's all I did there. Some of them are blowing in the wind. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? And then I just added some tulip-like flowers. And then again, I didn't want to just leave it like that. I just went over it again with some similar strokes. I wasn't trying to copy the exact path. So I just made it look like a little bit more wildflowers. And then I filled them in there too. So that's it. That's really all it is for those doodling. Have fun. I used to do this a lot when I began scrapbooking, and kind of fell out of the practice, but I really like it. It's fun. Here, this little border, I just did dots and dashes, dots and dashes. You know, pen stitching that we've all done probably on our layouts. You can either just do your dashes, so it's like faux stitching. You could even do crosses, like crossed stitches, excuse me. But yeah, just have fun. I know I can remember we used to do long ones and a couple dots. You know, I struggle with random, but just make a fun border. And then I think we used to, I have to do it up on the side, but we'd even do like an intertwined. I'd have to go back and look at my albums, but just have fun with your pens. We have so many of these, so many of them, and so many fun colors. Get them out and use them, you know? Oh, I did the same thing too. I see now with the blue. Blue, the yellow, and the orange I did too. I was like, wait, what did I do with that blue? But you can definitely make, flowers. Look how simple. Well, that one didn't come out. Well, it's not too terrible. Look at that. Have fun with them, okay? So again, thank you for joining me for this Border Maker Monday. I hope that you will head over. Oops, that's not a dot tip. That was apricot. So I'll just fill that in. But I hope that you will head over to our website and take a look at the handout, download it. We appreciate your purchases. It's what helps keep the lights on here. So thank you so much for your support and happy scrapbooking.